and welcome to round 2 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast. I'm Catherine Haleko, and I'm here with Terry Morrow.
Hello.
Usually on this podcast, we talk about parenting issues, but once a week, Terry and I like to get together to discuss TV, movies, books, and other entertainment topics, because it's nice to talk about something other than parenting for a change. So this week, we're continuing with Zoey and Veronica. We have Zoey's Extraordinary Playlist, Season 2, and Veronica Mars, Season 3. And we are sort of watching Veronica Mars with the Veronica Mars Investigations podcast, but we'll get to that in a minute. We're going to start with Zoey. This week's episode was called Zoey's Extraordinary Employee, and I was right. I believe that it was about George.
But it wasn't about him being her extraordinary employee. It was about her firing him twice.
And had to be fired. 2 very
sad scenes. And, you know, I guess he got a musical number on the way out.
Right.
Good for you, man. But I found this episode generally to be fine. It didn't annoy me in the ways that it's been annoying me. There were opportunities for it to annoy me, and it did not. So it was fine, but I don't get the title.
Yeah, they're using their naming convention poorly in this
I think that there would be other options.
Yes, they should have figured out something. But what I really want to know is how you felt about the introduction of a third person to Zoey's list of admirers. So it's no longer a love triangle with her, Max, and Simon. Now there's a new guy in the picture.
Well, since the episode mercifully ended before they could do pretty much any more than say hi, I'm okay with it as of this moment. But seriously, come on.
Well,
really?
And if you watch the next week on, he'll be back.
Did I miss the next week on?
Yeah.
I watched it on Hulu. Maybe I turned it off to, then don't tell me. No spoilers.
Well, all I know is that he's back. So it wasn't just
Of course he is.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I can't see it going anywhere I'm going to want to follow.
Right.
As is so often the case here. I object to there being 2 suitors. In fact, I'm not sure at this point there would even be 1. So, you know, Zoey, you need some time for yourself. Let's just stick to work, except work is also an ill-defined, ill-conceptualized morass of plot. So I say again, a vacation.
Yes.
You know, you don't seem to be living in a pandemic world, so a cruise. Get yourself on a cruise.
Or on some deserted island somewhere.
Please, where there's nobody who can sing to you. See, wouldn't that be peaceful?
Yeah, I mean, considering that the whole alleged reason that she and Max broke up was that she needed time and she wasn't able to be in a relationship right now. Mm-hmm. Why on earth would they introduce yet another person for her to potentially be in a relationship with? Like,
why indeed?
Come on.
I think, yeah. Okay. The work thing was just a generic, you have to fire this many people, and then she fires them in a montage mostly, and then she fires George, and then she apparently calls him up and drunk dials him and tells him he's not fired, and then she fires him again, and he sings a little song and leaves. You know, I thought she maybe could have gotten him a job at the restaurant. I thought that's where that was going to go, but no, he just went out to do whatever he does.
Asking her sister-in-law Emily for advice, and yes. Emily, like with absolute relish, explains how to fire somebody.
Yes,
that was good.
So that little arc about her brother wanting to quit his job and his wife not wanting to engage that topic, and then, you know, over the course of a song deciding that of course she must allow him to follow his dream to stay home and take care of the baby. Probably, 3 months home with the baby, and he'll be saying, really, I'll take any job.
What was I?
Do they need busboys at the restaurant?
Maybe he can help his mom and Jenna plant some flowers.
Did we know before this that Zoey's last name was Clark?
I believe so.
Okay, because I had not registered that. And it seems insufficient. I don't know. Zoey Clark.
It's too abrupt for you?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I did not ever have that in my conceptualization of her, that was her last name. Nothing wrong with that last name. No offense to any Clarks listening. It's a perfectly fine last name. I just feel like I'm finding out, a season and a third in that this person has a last name that I didn't know. But it's probably been dropped somewhere before this.
Yes, I believe it has, but not frequently. Or, it's not like it doesn't come up, I feel like, very much.
And were you shocked, Catherine, that Zoe's mom, when she gets a little liquor in her, has a really adventurous past? She did all sorts of fun things. I would have loved for her to just sit there and go, no, you know what? I never really did anything. I had my job. I had my husband. I raised my kids. I was really a very boring teenager and young adult. But no, of course, because this is a TV show. Yeah, right. She's got stories.
I'm surprised she didn't express them in song, but Zoe.
I am too.
So I guess
there must. That's true. Darn. Get her on the phone. I want to sing. What are the rules on this?
Yeah, I think Zoe's got to be there.
Yeah.
Which is why she had to be in the courtroom when her brother did his thing, which I thought was so awkward and weird.
Taking nothing away from the performance of that actor, who did quite a good job. I had to fast forward through that scene because it just made me too nervous. I'm not a courtroom person anyway.
Right.
And to have somebody having sort of a meltdown in a courtroom that really, I guess, nobody could see except Zoe, but I guess he must have been zoning out while he was thinking his tuneful thoughts. Mm-hmm. I just made me too nervous. Yeah. But who brings their whole family in for their trial? His wife's back there with a baby. Can you have a baby in a courtroom? What? This is like...
I'm sure you can, but
if you want to jinx somebody, that's what you do.
Yeah,
my mom's here to watch me win this case. Oh, goodness, my sister.
My baby.
My baby.
Yeah, that was super
That was a painful scene, and I'm sorry to the actor that I did not take in his full performance, but no. Not for me.
Yeah.
But, the one where his wife was singing was very sweet and entirely predictable, but happy that it was there. And, they threw in, just to mix things up, they threw in a little karaoke. Mm-hmm. Not everything has to take place in Zoe's brain.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
Yeah. It was fine. As episodes go, it was fine.
Yes.
Just fine. With an ending that leads me to believe the next episode, not so fine.
Right.
It's got to be Zoe's Extraordinary Neighbor, right? Is that the next one?
No, it's called Zoe's Extraordinary Trip.
Hey!
Maybe she's going to take your advice.
Oh, don't I wish.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, I would just like them to keep the all romances on the back burner for at least 2 or 3 episodes. Please, 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 please.
Right.
And...
I mean,
but it was
Max
fine.
Was good for her. There was no reason to...
Yeah.
Well, we talked about this last week, but anyway, perhaps we should move on.
Yes.
From Zoe to Veronica.
Let's do. Because, what could be more fun than campus rape? Let's go from that dour musical show to the one about campus rape. Yay!
The one about rape and Logan being devastated and scammed.
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
someone posing as his brother.
I feel like Jason Dohring was denied Emmys for this performance because he is so good. He has to do the same. He has to have his heart broken over and over and over and over again. And yet he still finds different little spins to give to it and keeps his, bitterness fresh for each renewed outing. Excellent work by him. Probably uncredited by anybody who did not watch the show. But did you notice when they had that scene in the Mars's, I guess, kitchenette or whatever, when Logan was over, something about the camera angle or something? He looked huge. He looked like he dwarfed the two of them by a good like half a person.
Yes.
It's disconcerting.
And there was some sort of like big counter or like the edge of a chair or something that was like in front of, that was like blocking the camera in a very weird way.
Yeah.
So
just something about it. He looked huge next to them. I don't know. I blame the cameraman. Something was going on there. But did you celebrate the Just Shoot Me reunion when you saw Laura San Giacomo come into Keith's office?
Yes.
Did you watch that show?
I didn't actually really watch that show, or at least not, faithfully. I'm sure I've seen some of them, but
the same thing. I mean, I was more aware of it than I was somebody who watched it, but I know I did watch some episodes, and that's the first place I remember ever seeing Enrico Colantoni. Mm-hmm. So, when I saw him, that he was on Veronica Mars, it was, it's that guy from Just Shoot Me. So it's interesting to see this.
I mean, of course, I recognized her, and that was sort of a fun little exchange that they had. Mm-hmm. Of course, Keith is never allowed to be happy.
Man.
But, I agreed with, we did listen to the podcast, the Veronica Mars Investigations podcast, and they covered the past 3 episodes, so 2, 3, and 4.
Mm-hmm.
And, their point was like, hey, if you're disappointed to find out that your husband isn't cheating on you, like, maybe go ahead and think about breaking up with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, even if he's a good guy, that's, you don't.
Keith and his doomed love interests.
Yes. Just continue. Just for, a little work for actors to come in and have their moment.
Oh, well.
So
poor guy.
So what else happened in this one? So here's Veronica investigating the rape by working for the Pi Sigs.
Yes.
Which does not win her friends.
No.
Other people.
Yeah. I feel I continue to wish this whole plot would go away, and it seems like it could have been tied up by now. They're not going to milk this for the entire season, are they?
Well, I certainly hope not, because we're only on episode, coming up is number 5.
Yeah.
Ugh, I don't need this to be the season-long mystery, but they certainly
I fear that it will be.
Way. Yeah.
But...
And speaking of longer term stories, I guess we're all done with Fitzpatrick's.
I guess so.
They haven't mentioned them or Kendall or any of that. That's
I am not sad.
Yeah,
that's fine with me.
But that's sort of odd that's just wrapped up and done. Okay.
Yep. Let's hope. I was sad that we didn't see Weevil passing Veronica in the hallway at the college. I guess he's going to be on when needed.
Right.
To spy on something for her. But all the sorority girls talked about, never seen again. But the frat guys we have to keep saying.
Yeah. Dick Casablancas we have to keep saying.
I have to admit, I'm finding Dick kind of delightful as a little bit of, comic relief. Mm-hmm. He's doing an excellent job of comic relief. And his inability to not be a pig, even when he's trying to, hire a detective. He's just still.
Yeah.
He's just still his name.
Oh, look at your little kitchen area.
We used to pick up our maid here. Oh, Dick.
He's the only Casablancas that lives to tell the tale.
He and Logan need to have a, Lost Boys Club or something, Well,
once in a while they do sort of hint at that, right? When Dick showed up at Logan's place and started crying.
Yeah. I mean, they're sort of in the same boat. Mm-hmm. And should take a boat and go someplace other than Neptune and never come back. Yeah. For their own good. Not that I don't want to see them, just
like Duncan. Get out.
You got a little money. Get out.
Goodness.
Yes.
So.
Not the most fun episode, but not the most painful either, I guess. But it's just getting diminishing returns, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in the scene where Logan comes to dinner, Veronica's hair is noticeably, absolutely straight as a stick. Mm-hmm. And then in the next scene, she's got waves like crazy. Where does this girl find the time to, like, do her hair in a different way every time?
And also, she's not the kind of person that would care.
You wouldn't think. But both of those hairdos took some time.
Right. Definitely required time.
Does she have a collection of wigs, maybe? Did she get her head shaved at some point and that's going to be a tragic reveal?
Oh my.
I don't want it. No.
Thank you.
But it's something that whoever's in charge of hair on the show should have said, wait a minute. This is a really practical college girl with a pretty busy agenda of school and investigations and boyfriend. She's probably not ironing her hair or, getting a perm every other day. Stop it.
Yeah, and once you flat iron your hair, you're going to keep it for at least a couple days.
It was like the next scene. I'm like, when did she do that? And why did she do either of those things?
Right.
And then she has, like, pigtails another time. She'd keep the pigtails for, like, all the time and forget the rest of it. You look ridiculous, but at least you have, you're saving a lot of time and money. It's practical, yes. And that's who I think you are, Veronica. You are practical.
Agreed.
Be practical. Stop it. Tell the hair people, no. Kristen Bell, did you not have...
They need something to do.
I guess, but it's silly. It's so silly. Oh, well. Not the biggest complaint about this show, but still I noticed it.
Sometimes those things get under our skin.
They do. They do.
You have to bring
it's a inaccurate character note.
Yes.
In a show that's directing a lot of attention to hair this season. So it's all the more noticeable.
That is right.
Well, where do we go next, Catherine?
Wrap this up. So next week it's episode 5 of both shows. It's going to be Zoey's Extraordinary Trip, as we mentioned before. Hopefully,
I hope that doesn't mean she falls.
Yeah, or like takes some bad LSD.
Oh no!
It's already psychedelic enough up in here.
Oh goodness!
And on Veronica Mars, it's called President Evil. Because they love their puns.
They do.
And that is going to be it for our round 2. Please subscribe to our Parenting Roundabout podcast so you won't miss any of our episodes. We have something new for you every weekday. As always, you can find recaps, links, and an opportunity to comment on our website at parentingroundabout.com. Bye, Terry.
Bye, Catherine.
Bye, everyone.